Welcome back to Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. If you have a local laundromat, then you probably understand Aiden's problems. Every time you go there, it seems like the machines are always taken up. People pester you and ignore your personal space. It just makes you want to stay indoors, but you can't stand to be filthy. Aiden has reached the point where he is wearing more dirty things than clean things. So I really want that to be, I know we've been saying that it's our goal for a little while, but I really want that to be doubled down what our goal is today, is to try and figure out a way to get things clean. And I do know how to clean it, it's just a question of managing to get it done. I mean, you've seen what happened the last few times that we have left our home. Outside sucks, and it hasn't rained yet. I mean, we'll double check real quick. No, it is not rained yet. So we are definitely going to have to go somewhere else to get this done. Waking up fresh, we are going to immediately head out. And I wanted to address two pieces of advice I got real quick. One was that someone was suggesting that we take the ceramic plates out of the ballistic vest, and I wasn't 100% sure about this one, so I was looking it up. And apparently, these ceramic plates, whenever they're inside, do actually provide a small chance, a 27% chance, to provide bash, cut, ballistic, and pierce resistance, even when they are cracked. The cracked means that the coverage chance is very, very low. So that's a 40% chance if something hits our torso to hit these really high protection values. So I do think that they're still worth the wait, although I am noticing that our backpack is completely full of shit. Despite what I did just say, I am taking out the weaker of the compromised plates because they do weigh several pounds. So we are going to leave those behind just so that we have a little bit more room in our backpack. Because, well, right now with our current kind of loadouts, we actually don't really have that much room at all. And I also just realized we're out of ammo for the MPK, so we're also going to leave, or the MP5, so we're also going to leave that behind, which does account for a significant amount of weight as well. One thing I would like to mention is that we did actually manage to pick up premonition and noisemaker. It seems like it was fine all along. There was just some pretty bad rolls on me managing to learn it, so we did eventually manage to get that done. Okay, we see a zombie off in the distance, but nothing else here. We're just going to double check these real quick, make sure that there's nothing that we care about. Once again, just a pile of meat down here. We do know that somewhere down here is a couple of dissolute devourers. So we need to be very, very careful about that. It's been about a day since we've been down here last, so they could have honestly gone anywhere. And even as we were grabbing these items, a zombie came and walked up onto the board. Okay, there is one of them, and I was given an idea that I'd like to try. So we are going to lure it. There we go. Ugh, okay. I was going to try and lure it upstairs, but I'm actually starting to think that this might be a bad idea, because it did manage to get a swing off on us there. Come on. Let's try this noisemaker power. Did that not work? Well, I mean, it swung at us. It can swing at us, but it's not actually coming up the stairs. There we go. Okay, let's... I don't actually know if this is going to work, for the record. It's swung at us again. Okay, there we go. One more set of stairs. Come on. There we go. So we're going to lure it over here. And then as soon as it gets close, push it off. Bye-bye. Have a nice trip. Get fucked. Holy crap, it survived that. Okay. It just fell 1, 2, 3, 4 stories and survived that? Damn, okay. I mean, hopefully at least it just did a crap ton of damage to it. So, yeah, I hope that's at least the case. We are going to take some naproxen because I do want to continue fighting here, and we're already in mild pain from that little thing. I think we're going to try and take out a few of these zombies so that we can more freely kind of look around. This dissolute devourer is our biggest concern, though, because it is saying that it isn't currently large in size. A few people pointed this out, but I just wanted to make sure that people understood that essentially Aiden has been able to see how these things work, and it's almost like there is a core that is the dissolute devourer itself. but then layered upon layer of zombies that it has absorbed on top of it. But it's not been able to absorb the bodies from the ground. It absorbs the other zombies that are still walking around, adding to its total maximum health. As it gets here, we are going to shove it backwards into a trap. I'm going to shove it again just to see. Okay, it definitely has too much HP right now. I wonder if we can just do this again. It keeps getting hits off on me. I don't like that. We still have our repair nanobots on, right? We do. Running makes enough noise that it seems to get interested in us. I'm not sure if this is actually safer than our other methods. Okay, it did manage to grab us there, push us, pull something off of us, and yeah, we're taking a lot of hits for trying to get this thing up the stairs. I think this is going to be the last time we try this. We're taking a lot of hits trying to get this thing upstairs. And we push it away again. Okay. Please tell me it killed it. It did not kill it. This is not worth our time. Even though we will heal from these wounds, we are spending a lot of calories doing that. And on top of that, we're going to be in a significant amount of pain now, reducing our combat capabilities in general. I would kind of like to maybe shotgun this thing. As I turn around the corner, Aiden immediately gets lashed out by a zombie child, and almost as a reaction, he throws out his hands and the zombie child gets thrown away at maximum speed, splattering against the back wall. We are going to use a bandage to just very quickly cover that bleeding wound so that it has a chance to start healing. In fact, I think we'll actually cover our other wound as well, just so that they heal a little bit faster. This Dissolute Devourer has to be weak now, right? Like, it has to be. We shove it against the wall once. It is bleeding minorly from the spikes. And even... There we go. Okay, we probably did a lot of damage to it, as Aiden does just grab its force by the center of his psychic powers and just hold it against the wall, crushing it and crushing it, eventually pulping it against the brick wall. We do have one of them down now. I am hoping to try and get to the south here. I did also notice that there's a swamp over here. The swamp is going to guarantee to have pools of water, although swamps in general are kind of a little dangerous. How much of a reach does our forehand have now? 5 tiles. Not quite far enough. There we go. So we're going to pull this lady in to us, and then as she comes in, take a swipe at her neck to take her down very quickly. Doing the same thing. That honestly, that's a pretty nice method, because it means that we don't have to worry about them kind of coming in one at a time and maybe not being able to kill them by the time they start like kind of coalescing onto us. There is a bunch of zombies to our south, but kind of a manageable amount to be honest. I think we should be able to take care of these, especially because there's no specials, and some of them are pretty badly injured. And if they start grabbing us, we can start pushing them away. I think for the sake of safety, we are going to back up to a building here, though. And we're already back up to distressing pain, unfortunately. We're going to step up and push this fat zombie into the wall. Yeah. It looks like our arms are currently the thing that is taking the largest amount of damage. I mean, keep in mind, we really don't have good armor except for on our head. So no matter what, it's kind of not a good situation. We do need to find more things like this army helmet. Let's see about... We'll actually probably head into the building over here. There's a grappler zombie following us. That's right, we have already checked this building. We just didn't mark it off because we haven't checked the basement. We're gonna let this grappler zombie come in. And as soon as it does, we'll position ourselves in such a way, kind of taking the catty corner of the wall there and throw it back against the back wall. I see a dead gargoyle. I don't think... Well, it's actually only a batwing zombie. I don't think I did that. We are in the beginnings of summer, though, so we did manage to just pick some strawberries from... a handful of strawberries from that bush. So food is not going to be a concern now that we can actually move around outside. Are we close enough that we can see the park yet? Ah, perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping for. There is a shallow pool of water at the park. I think we're actually going to step into this building here just for a moment. Take out a few of the zombies that are coming in. We want to make sure that we don't take too much damage here, so we're going to force push whenever possible to take these guys out. There's a zombie medic and a bunch of other zombies that spotted me as soon as I stepped out to here. That's not the greatest. The garage looks like it's pretty busted in. I think we're going to back out to here. A zombie goblin tries to corner us, and a simple flick of the wrist and a reaching out into the nether with Aiden's mind sends it careening into the distance. I think we're going to head into this garage nearby, and we're just going to kind of catch our breath in the darkness for a moment where they won't be able to follow us. At least not as easily. Yeah, they have lost track of us. That was starting to become a little bit of a problem. Just a little bit. There is an upstairs here. I think we will take out our Halligan bar very quickly, bust this door down, and check out this upstairs super fast. It's like there's not actually much up here. That's pretty unfortunate. We do need to let our pain get down, though, and we need to let our repair nanites deal with our right arm. So I think we are actually going to... This is a good position for us, despite the fact that this seems like we're going to be trapped. If anything comes in here, that we can actually just push it out. So we're going to wait probably about 5 minutes, maybe just a little bit longer, in order to make sure that we're not in distressing pain anymore. One thing I actually want to do is I'm going to use our new noisemaker power over here to create a sound so that we can potentially go the other direction. There's a bunch of zombies in here. Okay. The stairs to back up to, we are going to stand here and see how many of these we can take down. Whenever they grab us, we're going to use our push power to send them backwards, because we do not want to be grabbed. Whenever we're grabbed, that feral cop. Oh, it's a feral. Shit. Okay. I actually didn't even realize for a moment that it was a feral, as we do push it backwards. And unfortunately, I accidentally targeted the corpse, which means that with our current version of Cataclysm, I just pulped that corpse into nothingness by shoving it against the wall. That is an interesting side effect of the current version, which did actually get removed in experimental, where if you hit a corpse with a force shove, they're just gone. That corpse is just gone. You have removed it from reality. Ooh, there's a denarius here, though, for us. We are so close to our destination now, but we do need to clear out a significant amount of this group. We're going to actually push that flesh. Oh, we can't push the flesh raptor. I was going to say we're going to push the flesh raptor, but we couldn't do it at that angle there. We do need to clear out a significant amount of this group in order to be able to clean our stuff whenever we get over to that park. A zombie hunter comes around the corner, and once again, I mean, this is kind of our strategy for just a moment here. Taking advantage of our powers. That boomer is not ideal. In fact, it's pretty much the furthest thing from ideal. Okay, this is starting to become a little bit of a mess here. Where's my retreat point? This only has a downstairs. My best retreat point is honestly right there. How badly wounded are these guys? Basically not at all. Okay, the acidic zombie is a problem. We'll take care of that guy. I think we are going to run for just a moment. And there's a door back here. And the nice thing about having this door here is I do know that I just dropped my Halligan bar, but this door means that I actually have a moment to get my stamina back up and to regenerate from my wounds. And we can explode that guy against the back wall. I think that explosion noise was not me. I think something else exploded. I think. Because of our now intense pain. We can't actually pick the Halligan bar up again right now. We are making way too much noise. We are drawing in yet another horde here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to take codeine real quick to get our pain down. What all is here? Just a handful of zombies. They have broken down the door now, though, which means It's going to be a lot harder for us to control them. Push that guy back like that. There's another door right behind me that I can use to rest in a moment. As they come around the corner, we just shove all of them backwards, burning most of our stamina, which is our ability to run. So, like, we have to be very careful doing this, but we do manage to take a bunch of them down. Okay, we can put the Halogen bar back up, stand in the darkness here, take down this fat zombie that was trying to come around the corner. And, Aiden is remembering why he found it so relaxing to be indoors. Oh, actually, if we can manage it, I did actually just find something nice here. There is, oh, it's rotten already. Damn. I was going to say there's a corpse of a turkey and we could take it to cut up for meats, but that's not going to be something we can manage to do. We're back in the shadows here. Ah, tough zombie. I don't want to fight that with my bare hands. Man, how many of these things are there? After waiting for a moment in the darkness, Aiden has managed to get his pain under control again. His arm is still regenerating and isn't quite in a good position yet, but we are back up to our current maximum stats of... What's a scarred zombie? A deformed human body, its skin transformed into one thick, calloused envelope of scar tissue. Well, that's fucking weird. There does seem to be a handful of zombies up in the park area here. And we're so close now. We just need to clear a few more out so that we can use the water of the park, and which will take a few minutes, right? So like these need to be very fucking cleared out. We can't afford to have any of these guys be around, or else they're just going to attack us while we're trying to clean our stuff. We do need to position ourselves carefully because as we tried to push one of the zombies into the other, they kind of just bounced off of each other and nothing productive really happened with that. We do need a wall in order to be able to do damage with our psychic powers. Can we reach out and grab one of these guys? No. As we have been using our powers continuously, we are now gaining Nether attunement. Nether attunement is a both beneficial and detrimental thing. As we gain more Nether attunement, our powers do get momentarily stronger, but the side effect of it is that we might lose control of our powers from moment to moment. So we do need to be careful here. We are kind of reaching the natural end of our ability to continue fighting here. We need to be very careful, because if we start getting too much Nether attunement, we might start getting sick whenever we use our powers. And I don't have a way to get rid of Nether attunement right now. Okay. There's just a handful more zombies up here. Oh, that's a firefighter zombie. I don't like that. We're gonna pull him in a little bit. We're gonna swing around again to our safety point here. Take it out in the window if we can. Again, we're going to try and avoid using our powers whenever possible here. Get a few hits off on him before pushing him away whenever he grabs us. Okay, we managed to fight that one in the window, which does help with our melee skill as well. So that's something we want to kind of get good at. Oh my gosh. With Nether attunement, it is empowering our force shove, and he is starting to feel the influence of eldritch forces beyond the places where his power comes from. And we reached out and grabbed that guy, and he threw him across the entire gap far farther than he would normally be able to, and crushed him against the far wall with incredible force. There's now a fat zombie in the way. Lighting on the stairs is not the greatest idea. I did want to hit it a few times, though, to convince it to come upstairs. It is bleeding. Please tell me it's going to bleed out. Okay, we took it out as it got to us, as it seems to simply just be bleeding out there. I don't see anything else down here. We're finally starting to clear them out a little bit. Okay, let's check right here. So there's 2 brainless zombies. Oh, yeah. We now have a headache and are slightly nauseous. That's really not good. I think our Nether attunement is finally getting to us. Either that or the coating we've taken, as the nausea is going to make it pretty much impossible for us to fight. For now, we are going to back up. We have cleared out a huge amount of the zombies. A huge amount of the zombies today. It has felt quite good to be able to get this much done. We're going back up to our stairs and try and relieve some of the fatigue and pressure here that we've built up. One thing that Aiden wants to do in order to feel a little bit better about his situation is he knows he's going to be here for a little while, so he actually is going to grab the mop that he found and kind of just clean up a little bit of this. Maybe grab these zombie corpses and haul them into the corners here, just so that we don't have as much of a mess on our hands, and just kind of makes him feel a little bit better. He's not particularly bothered by the corpses. He doesn't really see them as people anymore, but this floor, this mess, with the meat chunks and puddles of blood, that's a little bit too much. He's trying to sit in the darkness here and kind of just start mopping things up here. Oh man, it's not perfect, but that feels much better. We also moved the spike boards a little bit farther out because now they're covering the doors themselves instead. And in the future, we might do something about these doors to make this area a little bit safer as well. We might even move some of our defenses out to like here, maybe set up a fence or something like that. Something else I'd like to set up eventually is maybe boarding up these windows so that we can move through the different floors with a little bit more ease. But I think that would be a project for a later day. I'm sorry, what did we just see for a second? We saw a zombie necromancer far off in the distance. A twisted mockery of the human form, emaciated with jet black skin and glowing red eyes. It is somehow painful to look at, awakening fears deep within your psyche, and even surrounding air seems to be more sinister, somehow darker and more dangerous. That's not ideal, but I also don't think it's that big of a deal, if that makes any sense. We'll leave the mop right there. During that time mopping, our wounds have mostly completely healed, and we have managed to get most of our nether attunement under control, but we do still have a little bit of it. Something I would like to do is, no, we don't have the ability to meditate on the nether attunement. That's actually very unfortunate. While we're waiting for our connection to the nether, the place where we did our sign of powers, to kind of loosen, we're going to just read a book for a little bit. It's nice for Aiden to just kind of fall back every once in a while and just sit down and read a book about cooking. Cooking's not exactly his favorite topic. He'd much rather have like a book on applied science or something like that. But it's better than nothing, and it still feels good to be able to just read something every once in a while. It feels like we're in control again. Good news. We're gonna arm back up, and to be honest, I think we are going to wield the pipe spear again. What does it take to make a spear strap? Whatever it takes, we don't have. And we're going to keep our spear out just because Aiden is still not super capable in melee combat. We were, despite the fact that we were actually managing to take things down relatively quickly with the knife there, we were also running into the issue of them doing a lot of damage to us. And being as frail as he is, I do think that's maintaining some amount of distance and using a combination of the spear and his force pushing is maybe a better idea, at least until Aiden gets a little bit better at melee combat. Ooh, an IFAK pouch. Heck yeah. And I think that these magazines is the right ammo. I'm suddenly forgetting what ammo type we care about. I think it was 9x19 though. Yeah, there's a bunch of 9x19 casings on the ground, so that has to be right. So it is 9x19. Okay. And we're going to push once again for that park. And as soon as we step out, the zombie technician reaches out and grabs the spear straight from our hand with its magnetic, strange powers. So this guy needs to go. Ooh, he had an industrial ID card, though. Very nice. How long is that going to take to pick up? Not that long. Being out in the open like this is of great disadvantage to us, so we are going to move quickly back down to this park and see if we can. There's another zombie necromancer. This one's off to the north. That's not a zombie master, so that's not going to be quickly evolving things around us, but it is still going to be a problem. We're going to get up here. We're going to crouch. just to reduce how far things can see us from. We will wait for a moment for this zombie necromancer to get close to us. Yeah, fighting it out in the open like this is not ideal for us. We're going to reposition so that the street light is between us and him. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was crouched the entire time. I don't know how much that affects things, but it probably wasn't a good thing. That was a pretty big mistake. Okay, we're only seeing a couple brainless zombies, and now a zombie runner. Of course. We'll step down to here. As soon as the runner gets to about there, move around the building, shove him backwards, take a swing at him, shove him backwards again. I think we have just a moment now. Go ahead and grab our washing kits, and I think we'll work on the easiest stuff first and move our way up. Trying not to do too much at once. We'll ignore the brainless zombies. There's a scarred zombie, but he's too far away. We do have a couple things clean already. It's an interesting day whenever cleaning clothes is a very stressful matter. Canteen and the sheath are the next easiest things to clean. Okay, we're still good. Let's clean the backpack. Oh, we're so good. Okay. There's a crawling zombie and a starred zombie. Should probably crouch again just to reduce my view distance just a tiny bit here. Oh, we're actually out of cleanser. Wow. Okay, I think we'll do the ballistic vest then. Oh, we actually don't have enough for the ballistic vest. I think I saw a little bit of soap in here. There is. Okay. Too heavy to pick up. Really? Yeah, I guess our strength is kind of abysmal right now. We'll wait in here just a moment to get our pain under control so that we can pick this stuff back up again. Think of how weak we are. We do need to maybe lighten the load of our outfit. How heavy is this? This is 5 pounds. Yeah, we'll probably need to... The scrap arm guards are 6 pounds. The scrap arm guards are too useful to drop behind, but the ceramic plates in our ballistic vest, those might be able to go. Okay. We're only in distracting pain now. Should be able to pick up these bars. There's a zombie dog in the distance that's going to find its way over to us on top of a fat zombie. So we're going to, as usual, take advantage of the wall here, draw it in, go around it, shove it backwards. Okay. One zombie left on us. Could not be a problem. Kind of have to position it very carefully there. Okay. Last thing that we need to clean. Holy crap. It has taken Aiden a full week. But we were finally able to clean all of our gear. That and the distracting amount of pain that we're in. We are going to back off for now to our apartment. It seems like a handful of zombies were coming back in again. And we need to look to new goals. Actually, before we back off to our apartment, there's something else that I want from out here. I want this battery. How many zombies around? Not too many. Okay, so we're going to pick up the battery, store our spear in the lifting field, and it's really heavy. We shouldn't run. Okay. They are getting pretty close. We're going to drop the battery here. We don't have a lot of time, so we're going to pull out the bayonet instead. And how damaged is this one? Not very damaged. We want to make sure not to force push where the battery is. I should all not close that door, but close that door. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, awesome. Okay. And we managed to get the battery upstairs. So now, on top of everything else, we not only have clean clothes, but we're going to have power. I think we're going to set the battery up here. You can type in place car battery to construct it into the ground. Ignore everything going on down there. And then let's go ahead and take off our gear for now. And make sure that we're kind of comfortable as well. So we're going to come over here and Aiden's going to grab one of these extension cords and might as well wield it just to make it easier. Head upstairs, activate the ascension cord and attach it to the solar panel, then head back downstairs and attach the other loose end to the battery. And now we have a battery power grid. It only has 28 watts of battery flow. We're going to definitely need to get more solar panels going. However, if we now open this window, grab another extension cord, we're going to need more of those. We're going to activate the extension cord and do the same thing. And this time, attach it to that. This is now turned on. And now we can turn on our overhead lamps. I think we can still close this and everything. We might need to do something about this window that I accidentally took the curtains off of if we're going to have the lamp going. But I do think, though, that the lamp might be more important to have going in this room than on the bedroom. But I did just realize that instead of doing that, we could just, we can turn it off for now. I want to see about fixing this window as well. We could just grab another lamp. I did just see there's one over here as well. Just kind of take it down, pick it up, and put it back down. I wish I had more extension cords. I don't have one sitting around in a pile somewhere, do I? I'll also probably just check while we're waiting for our pain to come back down. We'll check all of the other buildings. Oh, there's an outdoor extension cord right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That will be all we need then to get this one going. Okay, close the door, and we have lights. That is amazing to see. And just to be completely sure, we're actually going to board up this window because there's pretty much no reason for us to ever open this window ever again at this point. And that just makes me feel a little bit better. I think it maintains the same concealment, but it's just a little bit better. In fact, we could actually board up this window, as much as I don't really want to, just to block most of that light that's going to be coming from in here. And then once these windows are boarded up, we actually should be able to just, well, turn the lights on and leave them on. The power grid might struggle the first day, but let's see. Let's check the battery. 55 power. I think even, let's actually just let's wait 5 minutes and see what happens here. Yeah, these lamps are not using, they're only using 10 watts. Wait, is that grid power flow plus? Okay, we're plus 4 watts. I'm not super familiar with power, so I wasn't sure for a second. But yeah, even with the one solar panel and only one solar panel, we're still positive 4 watts. And we do have another solar panel over here. So why don't we go ahead and get that set up, to be honest. We'll go put everything on. We will unload this magazine that we found, reload a few shots into our silenced gun. I actually do think that because we're so afraid to fire it, we're just going to leave the shotgun behind. And I think we're also going to take these plates off because I don't know if at the end of the day, they're actually worth the weights that we're carrying around. Because they don't really provide that much protection. So I know what I said earlier, but I actually think that in the end, the person who was giving me some suggestions was actually correct. Aiden did some chores around the house while waiting for his pain, and one thing that I didn't get pointed out is that there's a chance that this rain catcher would not have worked how I set it up, but we do now have a 100-liter steel drum that we managed to basically deconstruct, which, considering it's just a container and nothing else, it's not sealed or anything, it will definitely work now with no question anymore. And during that time, we did find out that with one solar panel, it's not quite enough to power both lights, so we're going to leave them off for now, and we are going to go get that other solar panel. I think we are going to bring our gun with us, and we'll put it on our back. It is causing a bunch of encumbrance, but that's not the worst thing in the world right now. Mostly because I would like to continue to use our pipe spear, at least for the time being. So we're going to head over to that electronics store. As soon as we get down here, we immediately get bit by a zombie on our leg. We're going to... terrible situation. We're going to immediately back off. We also forgot to eat, so we'll pop up and grab a snack real quick as well. And with that, we're going to try again here. That was quite the immediate punishment there. We did just hear some movement from over here. Looks like it's just a crawling zombie. Take care of him very quickly. Looks like a few things managed to find their way to the base of our area here, and we're kind of poking around at our defenses. There's a bat-winged zombie off in the distance. A zombie that's arms have stretched far beyond human limits. The skin lengthened into a greasy gruesome, fleshy membrane. The mutation does not suit it well and moves clumsily, even compared to other zombies, but it can occasionally leap a significant distance. We're gonna wait for that thing to come in. It leapt behind us only to get completely spit roasted and destroyed by our spear. We're gonna take care of this guy real quick as well. Make sure we just kind of clear out the nearby area. It's not going to be as effective to clean out the area because, well, the hordes have shown that they do wander. And we're going to come up here, grab this solar panel, and book it. Just kind of slowly... Oh, we have a zombie dog after us. We're going to step back very quickly here. As soon as the zombie dog comes in, even with that in hand, the solar panels in hand, we are going to very quickly shove that zombie dog backwards. I do think another improvement we could make would be to board up the windows on the various floors so that things aren't seeing us coming up and down the stairs. Is this connected to the power grid now? It is. Very nice. Apparently be 2 days until full with that battery. So we're definitely going to need more power grid solar panels. Aiden feels very good about the situation. I think that we are going to take a moment to work on improving our house. And we're also going to take this moment to, on top of boarding up some of these windows nearby, to check the other houses as well. And I will be back if we find anything interesting. But it's something that I like to do at the end of an episode because it's a little bit more of a boring task, but it's something that we really need to do. So I don't want to do it at the beginning of the episode because that is a really good way, I feel like, to get people to just kind of ignore what's going on and click off here. But if I would like some input here as we just kind of quickly take care of some of these tasks of if people want to actually see more of this, maybe montages or something like that, of more of the actual base building, because I do like this house as a base, and it will probably be a fairly long-term base for us, because there's something about Aiden having his home and his apartment be a base just feels very nice and thematic for me. But if people want to see more of this, I'd be perfectly fine having, some more base building things. We don't have as much problem solving in the base building as much anymore, but I would be fine showing off more of it. It is very good and feels amazing to be able to board up these windows, and it's already starting to feel less like an apartment and more like the fortress that we are turning it into. I think we should have enough here to board up at least the first 2 floors, which means that we'll have at least the top 2 floors fairly well defended, and nothing's going to see us moving around these top 2 floors, which is pretty important. It means that we won't be spotted by zombies from a long distance, even if we do a bunch of construction work here. And I think we'll just leave this stuff on the ground here, and we'll head down. Actually, there's a door right there. I just noticed we have not opened. We'll start picking the locks, because one thing I would also like to get sometime very soon here is we would like to get the lockpicking proficiency, which we're currently only at 34% of. But if we do get that in the future, we'll be able to get more quietly into places like museums and gun stores and pawn shops, which getting in there quietly, now mind you, we might set off an alarm, but getting in there quietly would be a very, very valuable thing for us without having to bash down the door every time. But I do think that we're going to be leaving you here. Aiden is going to spend the rest of his night until he is tired, trying to lockpick open doors, on some level hoping to fail so that he learns something from the experience. And then once that's all done, he is going to go to the bed, and tomorrow we are going to wake up looking for new goals. I think it is going to be finally time for Aiden to explore the city that he's lived in this entire time. We have survived for a week in the Cataclysm, and Aiden is still incredibly excited for what he is going to find here. The words that he heard on the first day still ring in his mind: to find the Epitome. What that means, he does not yet know. If you guys have enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to give it a like. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment below, and if you want to see more, subscribe for more Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, and other hard video games. I hope you have a fine day. Goodbye.